All right, welcome back, everyone. If you're watching after the fact, if you're watching live, thanks for hanging out with us. We are watching season 1, episode 7,
Oh yeah, don't forget
Fire
to
in the Hole.
reset the timer.
Let me pull it up. Yeah, because then right after this is the basically 3-part finale. All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
In 3, 2, 1, play.
But like we were saying, in terms of episode length, a lot of those Disney Plus shows, particularly the Star Wars ones, it's like those have short episodes where it feels like nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, it feels like something that could have just been a tight 2-hour movie stretched to 8 hours. Which, as we've seen in this show, has not been an issue. These have mostly been 30 minutes, and so much they pack in so much per episode that they treat each episode as a mini movie. Those beautiful Michigan landscapes. Oh, and Pablo is now settled into his base character look. I think he has that jacket in the game.
I think you're right. I also love the little detail that the moment she joins the group and kind of relaxes, she lets her hair down.
Yeah. Do you think she could have been a potential love interest for Ash in following seasons, or do you think that would have never worked if they kept her around?
Could have been interesting. Because part of what I like about her is just she has insane chemistry with Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, they're great too. Even though he's probably like 20 years older than her, it's fine.
It's fine. I don't think if you go that route, she would have had to die at some point, just because that is the tradition.
Mhm.
I think it could have worked.
I will say, we were talking about before about how season 3 is the weakest. It's just all right. The backstory with Ash and Brandy's mom is really funny. Where he's like, "Oh, come on, how was I supposed to know all that crazy sex would lead to a kid?" Oh no, the Predator got these guys.
He's looking for autism. He's come to the right place.
Hey, Ash versus the Predator does sound pretty sweet.
I was describing the Predator to someone today, and they were like, "Are you joking?" It's like,
It
no.
sounds like a ship post. How did that happen? I love that bit when he's like, "Oh, we'll fix you up. You're gonna be fine." It's he can still see you, dude.
He's dead, Jim.
Well, on the commentary for one of these, Bruce Campbell talks about how much fun the New Zealanders had with this art direction, where he's just like, "What's with all the American? There are so many American flags," and they're like, "Yeah, you guys love your flags," and he's like, "Well, I mean, you're not wrong. I can't say it's inaccurate." I also just find it funny that most of the nudity we get in this show is just Playboys and posters.
I also
Just
love
the
the because this is the like just the TV trope, right? After the pilot, just their entire life becomes this one specific thing,
yes.
and Kelly's already like, of course.
The militia thinks they're in like a 28 days later or Last of Us situation. No, no, this is way worse. You guys are very unprepared. And to the show's credit, they kind of keep track of like the weapons these characters have and how they obtain more weapons. That stuff tracks okay. And the boomstick has unlimited ammo, but that's just
As it
consistent with
should.
Army of Darkness. It's fine.
That's why I think Evil Dead Regeneration is my favorite one, the one that I want to play next. Even though it's kind of repetitive, it's just the best like Evil Dead simulator. There's no ammo, there's no gas for the chainsaw. Just you and a little deadite midget.
What more can you do?
And it's Bruce Campbell and Ted Raimi. Because that's what's interesting about Ash is even in the games, it's still Campbell. I don't think anybody else
Yeah.
has ever played that character except for like the musical.
I want to say there's like one video game where Ash is like a guest character and they got someone else to voice him. I think that's it. I can double check
Maybe
that.
I've never heard of it.
Let's see. Now I have a machine gun. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, fucking weird. So, Ash was voiced by Danny Weber in Poker Night 2.
The fuck is that?
It's a poker game.
Why is
What
he in a
else would you
poker
expect
game?
Ash? I don't know.
That's so weird. Adam Arch, I think it's only Bruce.
And of course, we're obviously not counting the musical, where it's always different.
Well, I said
Like
besides the
the musical
musical.
is different. Oh, okay.
Robert, it's really fascinating when we can have a conversation and just forget like a large chunk of what I just said.
Hey, that's happened many times, and I haven't called you out on it. Like in the second episode, I'm like, oh, I like this bit when the chainsaw gets stuck in the wall, and then 5 seconds later, you said, oh, I like that bit when the chainsaw gets stuck in the wall.
Listen,
Was I
do
an asshole about it? No.
do as I say, not as I do. But see, that's why you're here, is because you're the nice guy. You're a goody little two shoes. Goody little
I am.
two. I'm
You
bad
are
at.
the evil Ash to my good, bad. I'm the guy with the gun. I love this set. It's like, oh fuck, shit got real. Also, that's what's surprising about that Ruby fake out is we wait a bit to actually show her resurrect herself. Like you have to wait like an episode and a half just to see. Oh, okay, she's alive. What's going on with her? And Lucy Lawless has aged wonderfully. I can say that. And she was a really cool addition for this show since, she worked with Sam Raimi on Xena and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It's cool that she got to be part of the Evil Dead franchise.
No, it's funny too because when she was cast, I was like, Xena, what? Because at the time I didn't know that like Raimi was involved with that show.
Mhm.
And I always forget she's in Spider Man because she's unrecognizable for like 3 seconds that she's in
Yeah,
that movie.
that's true. Yeah, I completely missed the Xena Hercules days,
I
but to
was
my
too young,
understanding,
but I do want to actually I do want to go back and watch those at some
I'd watched the episodes with Bruce Campbell. I know he has a recurring role in both, and I think he plays a couple different characters.
point. Well, and he talks about that in that biography that you got very
Mm.
fondly. Like he loved that era.
Oh, cool. Like I said, Lem's a really fun Deadite. Uh, what has he got there, John?
Gasoline.
There you go. Yeah, I like these gags you do with him just pouring gasoline all over himself. He's got a fire gimmick, and I respect it. This is the type of insecurity that's endearing and not annoying. Where he's like, "Fuck, how did you know your main weapon to be a flamethrower? You're so sure of yourself." I don't know what weapon I pick. I'm like, it's really funny. I should have said flamethrower. Damn it! You're so confident and cool, Kelly. And I like that we're getting this out of the way now. Like in any other show, this is like a season 2 or 3 arc where a main character has to get down in the dumps and unsure about what they bring to the table. That's a trope that's very hit or miss for me.
Yeah. No, I don't know if we've ever talked about it, but the only trope that I'm so over, and Angel does this too, is the Underground Fight Club. I don't know why. I hate that trope.
It's just it's something cheap and recognizable. It's a formula. There's a very simple formula to these things, and that's why they
Um,
do it.
but like the Smallville one is probably my favorite because they got Kane, and like I love Kane.
And I do like the stakes of this episode where it's like, oh fuck, these militia guys actually seem kind of more dangerous than the Deadites. Like they have machine guns. And yeah, I do always forget how little Ruby is in the first few episodes. Like they do. I don't even really think of her as a main character until these last few.
Yeah. No, I
Like
mean,
they do keep her as a bit of a mystery.
Yeah, this show does what the Disney Plus shows think they're doing, where the villain shows themselves like at the last minute, but it's not embarrassing like in the Disney Plus shows.
Yep. I love this Deadite. Military Deadites are so cool.
And this is another thing we hadn't seen it up until this point.
Yeah, this feels very video gamey. I wish these guys were also like cannon fodder that you could kill in the game. That CGI wasn't bad of him slamming that guy's face into the back of that truck. That looked all right.
So because I pay for Nitro, so I get to use emotes from all the servers I'm in. I'm in the official Shutter server, and they have the Nick Cage like I never once misfiled nothing, not once, and he's like doing that weird, insane like out. They have that as an emote. It's awesome.
Yay! This is a pretty fun action scene.
Yeah. Adam Arch, she is a warrior princess after all. Yeah, exactly.
It is. That's like I don't even know what the first Lucy Lawless thing I see. I mean, it's probably Spider Man just with that cameo, but I don't really grow up on a lot of stuff that she's in, and she was a big deal back in the '90s.
It's definitely Xena for me, but that was more so just watching random episodes that like I think my aunt was watching at the time.
Hmm.
And that goofy ass like shriek that she has. Although, as a kid, I did have the animated crossover movie that they did. I don't know if you knew about this, and
Yeah,
I
I
love
know
that.
about him. Nice. And is she in Spartacus? Because I never watched that. I probably should.
I think so. I've never watched it either. I feel like she's one of those that had a really big hit in the '90s, disappeared for the most part, and then kind of had a resurgence in the late 2010s.
Kind of a Winona Ryder's situation.
Yeah. I
I'm
never watched
more
Xena or
scared.
Hercules, but I felt like I didn't because they were always sort of there. Yeah. No, I know of them very well, but I've never actually watched, which I should. I don't know if we've ever talked about this. I adore Greek mythology.
Oh,
That's what I love the Percy Jackson books so much.
oh, of course.
And
And
like,
this
it's a bad representation, but like God of War.
is
There's your famous M16.
yeah. That's one of my favorite reaction shots from Pablo. He starts twitching. Like it's really getting to him. That's one thing Bruce Campbell talked about in one of the commentaries was like for the whole cast that they did blood tests to see how they'd handle it, and it was always Raimi. Raimi always insists on being the first one to spray people with fake blood. And when they did it with Pablo, he found it hysterical. He was just laughing, and they were like, all right, this guy's gonna be good. Be like this guy. He can do it."
Adam Arch, did you play Age of Mythology? I have not. What is that?
But yeah, I mean, between those two '90s shows, I'd be more likely to check out Xena because see Lawless, Kevin Sorbo.
I watch both. I, to me, from my understanding, because Xena is technically a spin-off, I
Yeah,
would want to start with the spin. 'Cause Because I assume for what it is, there's probably world building in Hercules that carries over into Zenith. That's a lot of fucking TV,
Yep.
and it's rarely ever streaming anymore.
It's probably just stuff you can find on like Tubi or YouTube.
It was an RTS game from the early 2000s, been remastered a bunch, very fun. I'm not a huge RTS guy, but I would try it.
The lighting here is really cool. I like the set piece a lot.
I mean, I'm a sucker for the red lighting.
Yep. And two protagonists handcuffed to each other.
Yeah. Castle does this in, I think, season 4.
Oh.
But that's more of a, they're still in that will they, won't they phase, and like, so that pushes them.
Hmm. Yeah. It's good pickaxe to the face gag. I don't like hearing
Apparently,
Ash tell a woman
the general
he's
vibe that
gonna
I'm getting
destroy
from
her
this
no matter
Discord that I'm in is they're taking their sweet time getting that Logan Paul or Jake Paul and Tyson fight started.
what. Oh my god.
Apparently, they're like really
It's
dragging it
never
out.
gonna start.
No, she's so likable. The moment we get
Mhm.
past that whole like I'm out to get you.
I'm really glad they didn't drag that up for a whole season. I
Same.
like that we get at least a couple episodes with her as part of the crew. I forgot about this. Hey, and he's got his revolver. It's so surreal watching this. Like, oh, he's got the thing from the game. It's broken my brain.
um, so, that's such a bad line. So I'm not a fan of this particular Deadite because that it's too close to a zombie. It needs to be a little more, I think, made up in the face. Hero shot.
Yeah. But also, if we're counting the first movie as canon, for most of that, they just have makeup and the white contact lenses.
Yeah, but I can forgive that because it's a low budget. Like
Hmm.
I don't know, maybe it's just the lighting, but it was just like it's so zombie like. I love the way this episode ends.
Hmm. I like this bit for Ash where he's
Although
like,
I
"Oh
don't know if
no,
I
I
buy
can't
that
kill these people."
Ash that is clinically out of shape and old can sneak away with nobody noticing.
It's fine. No, this reveal of the hand going back to the cabin was amazing. This completely took me by surprise. I had no idea we were going here.
No, I remember like because we've talked about this. I don't have the you can never bring something back. If you have an idea, go for it. I was just like, oh my god, they're going to the cabin.
Hmm. which was destroyed at the end of Evil Dead 2, but it's fine.
There was enough left.
And not the doors, not the windows,
Yeah, but that was also 30 years ago. Somebody rebuilt it.
and kept all the iconic stuff.
Of course.
Man, these episodes are just flying by.
That was season 1, episode 7. We've got 3 left. If you're watching live, thanks for hanging out with us. If you're watching after the fact, be sure to hit that subscribe button and throw us a thumbs up. We'll see you guys on the next one.